Hi guys, welcome back to the Library of Alexandria. And today I'm going to be talking about what's going to be on my March TBR. And then Christina is going to join me at the end and tell you what is on her March TBR. That's right, 2 TBRs for the low, low price of one, which is $0. So, yeah, without wasting any more time.
Let's get down to business.
Look at that, got right into that biznaz. So I've been doing well this year. In January, I read 7 books. In February, I read 5 books. That was not helped by the fact that a new Trails or Kiseki game came out in February. That's always a problem because, like, a lot of the time I would spend reading, I spend playing it. Finn and I always play the Trails games together. So, you know, hopefully when I'm done with that, things will pick up even more. In addition, the other time that I would spend not reading is spent continuing to try to record Prophet of Edan amid a, sickly child and all this other stuff. I'm hoping to keep up the pace. And first on this list is the book I'm currently reading is Boosh, The Liberation by Ian Tregillis. So this is book 3 of the Alchemy Wars trilogy, and it is, it is kind of a steampunk novel about the Dutch Protestants having run the French Catholics out of Europe, and the Dutch have taken over Europe by use of clackers, which are alchemically powered clockwork men. And yeah, many things have happened. I liked book 2 that I read last month even better than book 1, and I'm liking book 3 so much. Like, it's good. It's good. I'm not say anything, but it's good. And I think we've had a really good time here as the channel read along. Many people have read it. Most people have enjoyed it. We have not yet had the second discussion. So we have had the first discussion for the mechanical back in January or early February. So hopefully we'll have the discussion for the Rising soon, and then we can have a final wrap-up discussion about the Liberation. So that is the first thing I'm reading. I'm already loving it. I'm about 300 pages out of the 4 and change or something, but it is quite good. Next on the list, probably going to read Boosh, Dreams of Steel, book 6 of the Black Company. So, astute viewers will note that I read book 5, Shadow Games, with Jimmy over at the Fantasy Network, and it's kind of a mixed bag. I see a lot of people liking Shadows Linger the most Shadow Games the most since Shadows Linger. I'm not about that life. I like the new setting, I do, and I like the introduction of Mogaba and some of the characters like Swan, Cordy, and Blade. But I mean, a lot of the books are drag. Nothing really happens. It's really kind of a bridge book where it's bridging the gap between the North and the South. So not a ton happens. I'm also not a huge fan of hey, you remember these guys from the previous ones? Here they are again, but with different names. There's a little bit of that I'm not too keen on. Just off them, bud. Cook, just off them. But again, I'm trying to get. I don't think Jimmy's not gonna have time to read this one with me here, so he'll read it whenever he can, and then we can talk about it. But I've got to catch up when I have the opportunity. Because I don't know when things are going to get busy, and I have to finish everything before the new one comes out in November. So, yeah, I can't really say much else about it because it'll spoil the whole thing, but I love the Black Company books. I've read them many times, and, they're all still short. They don't really start getting longer till book 8. So, yeah, super excited to be reading Dreams of Steel, though I remember not enjoying Dreams of Steel very much. In fact, I remember Dreams of Steel being probably my least favorite of all of the 10. Back when I read them before, but it's been at least 20 years since I've read Dreams of Steel, so we'll see. I'm also going to be reading Grace of Kings. I said this was on my last month's TBR, but I pick a patron book every couple months, just in case, with all the other stuff I have, I can't get to it. So I'm still within my time limit to read Grace of Kings. I have to finish it this month, though, because I'll get another patron book for April. So I didn't start this right after I finished the Sea Watch, because the Sea Watch was really long, 700 pages with a bunch of names, and the first 3 pages of this has so many freaking names. I'm like, no, I'm not going to do it. So Grace of Kings will be on there. Don't worry, Dandelion Dynasty people, calm down. Speaking of Shadows of the Apt and the Sea Watch, if I can, I'm going to get to, what is this? Spoils of War. And this is the first collection of Shadows of the Apt short stories by Adrian Tchaikovsky. these all take place before Empire in Black and Gold, but from the people who have read Apt, say that there are characters introduced in here that we see again in Book 7 of The Shadows of the Apt, and that it makes Book 7 slightly more enjoyable. That's what I want, since Book 7, its location and the characters it's focusing on, all of that does not appeal to me at all. So I'm hoping to be more invested by reading this. So I'll pick at this, but I won't read Heirs of the Blade until I actually finish this. I'm hoping that I enjoy these. I don't love short stories, guys. Like, they are not usually my jam. Even Lovecraft, who is my favorite short storyist out there, like some of his early crap, I can't stand. I just can't stand it. So I'm hoping that I will enjoy these, because, guys, I love, love, love Shadows of the Apt. So if you've read these short stories, let me know. Where do they compare? Like, do they have the same quality as the regular books? Let me know. And then finally, because why waste time when I can get you guys in and out like that? Boosh, Firesea, Book 3 of the Deathgate Cycle by Margaret Wise and Tracy Hickman. So, the Deathgate Cycle remains one of my favorite series of all time because of the character of Haplo, and also, to a lesser extent, Alfred. The world building in these books, and the anti-hero, I guess, of Haplo, who is, going to these worlds and trying to sow dissent so that his master can swoop in later and subjugate them, basically. Book 1 is cheesy. It's definitely 90s fantasy, guys. It's way better than Dragonlance. Like, it's way better than Dragonlance Chronicles. So Book 1 is cheesy. It has, an evil wizard literally named Sinistrad, whose wife hates him and says, when you married me, you literally married the darkness. And it's just like, wow. But the plot at large with the Kixie Wincy and the Gegs and the revolution, and it was pretty intense and quite good and surprising. And then Book 2 is not good.
This is not good.
Book 2 is not it's not good. Like, I remember Elvenstar being better than it is. It is not. It is not. First of all, Haplo is in the first book way more than the second one. Anyway, we'll save it for the wrap-up, right? It's not very good. I am hoping, like, I remember Firesea being better. If you remember, tell me if you remember Firesea, if you've read recently, and Firesea is definitely better than Elvenstar. Because, guys, I'm not sure I can keep reading these. If Firesea's as bad as, like, I had to force my way through Elvenstar. And if Firesea's as bad, I can't read these. I'm just going to have to remember them fondly through nostalgia goggles. So, but I am hoping, and there's nothing like, guys, these are my same books that I had in high school. Like, yellowed pages, that fusty smell. Glorious. But I don't remember. One of my favorite things about reading old MMPBs is finding, like, random phone numbers that I would write in these books because I didn't have paper on me, but I always had a mechanical pencil, or, like, other notes or whatever. Like this right here. It says Alan Walker. I didn't write that. This is my friend Lisa's handwriting. I don't know why she wrote them. She probably borrowed them. That's probably why. At any rate, so yeah, Firesea. If I somehow manage to clear through all of that stuff, I am hoping to read J.A.J. Minton's forthcoming book, Discovery, and that's the wonderful people over at Talking Story. I'm hoping I can get to that. What else? Pompeii, I still have on deck to read. I'm also reading nonfiction, for those of you who care. The Wars of the Successors of Alexander the Great, The Perdiccas Years by Tristan Hughes is phenomenal. Like, history books have no business being this good, like, at all. And then I'm rereading My Own Worst Enemy, which I just love. So yeah. All right, so let me get Christina in here, and she can tell you about what you're reading. Or what she's reading, sorry. All right, so, Christina, what are you reading this month? Are you reading anything?
So
You're in the middle of a Monster Calls. Why don't you finish that book?
Yes, I was gonna say that.
Slow.
Push you off. So I'm reading A Monster Calls at Alan's recommendation. I have been very slow. I haven't read it probably in over a week. I'm so tired, y'all. And then the second book I'm going to read, I'm trying to participate in the channel's book club. So, The Vanished Birds, which I already have because I believe Evie sent it to me. And I tried it a while ago and just wasn't feeling it at the time. I don't know if I just got distracted, set it down, forgot about it. But I'm going to try that again. Ew.
There's no reason to do that.
Are you going to include that? You're not going to cut that out, are
I
you?
probably should cut it out.
You're
I
not gonna cut it
don't
out.
burp in front of my students, and so I don't like burp on camera. Like I don't really like having that, but I don't know. It was. I don't know. We'll see.
I was in the middle of talking.
I know. I'm
So
so
it'd
sorry.
be kind of hard to cut out. You want me to do my whole thing again?
No,
No, you're just going to leave it?
I'm just gonna leave it. Sorry.
That's my TBR. 2 books.
Why don't you ever join like my channel read along?
Do you think I would like it?
There is so much gore and like eye horror and no.
I don't think that's
No,
funny.
I don't think you'd enjoy it at all. But I'd have fun.
If there's
I'd
one
be
you
able to
think
talk
I
to you
would
about
like,
it.
let me know.
Christina, are you okay? You wanna?
Are you going to share your copy with me?
No. But what about the story of a warrior princess who stages a rebellion against Rome in Britain?
Is that one you already did or coming up?
No, it's coming up.
Oh, that's the one we were talking about, right?
Boudica?
Boudica.
Sure.
I asked you about it.
Yeah. Yeah. There's probably a lot of death. Probably a lot.
I don't know if I would like that one either.
Christina, people
Is it
die
gonna
in
be
things.
sad?
I mean, it depends on if you think that she won against Rome. Because if you think that she wins, then yeah, it's probably sad.
Do her kids die?
Yes? Question mark? I think that's one of the reasons
don't
that she
think I
starts her
can-
rebellion. I don't think they're little.
don't
I
know.
think they're like, anyway.
I don't know about that.
Spoilers for
I don't know
2,000-year-old
about that.
history. I don't know about that. Why are you so tired all the time?
I don't know. And we needed to practice.
Practice what?
I'm not normally on the camera. I don't know
my
what I'm
goodness.
supposed to do.
Oh my goodness.
I needed a prop. I should have brought something in. What would I say?
Yes, Christina. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
I don't know. You do it. I thought you were gonna do it.
Really?
Yeah. I thought I was just.
Hey, guess what, guys? We're having another baby because so at the end of the year last year, I looked and I said, you know what, Christina? We actually make too much money. We're too far above the poverty line, and I would very much like to get below it. And so we put our heads together and we said, what is the fastest way we can do that? And we thought about investing in a meme coin, but by that time, the Huactua one had already collapsed, and so I missed my window there. And so I said, next best thing, let's have another kid. Let's have another kid, because I have found that with the lack of sleep with this one, I found that I love it. I love being exhausted all the time.
It's really great for your mental health.
I love having no time. I really enjoy the periods of having to watch this, this adorable lump not be able to take care of itself and have to watch it like a hawk at the expense of anything I want to be doing. So you know what? We went for it, and we are, I guess, in the second trimester, and it's
We're having another baby.
yeah, and it's another boy because why not? So now, for those of you who maybe just stumbling across this, before you go down there, wow, what an awful parent! You hate men. You shut up. You have a kid. Like, I love being a dad, and I love Atticus, and I'm gonna love this new baby. But man, it is also it is so inconvenient. Like it's just like I can't do anything.
And Alan can handle tragedy and emergency, crisis way better than he can handle.
I do. I hate being inconvenienced.
Inconvenienced.
I hate it. So,
It's so true.
surprise!
We are very excited though, and we think Atticus is going to be such a good big brother.
I hope so.
He will be.
I hope so.
He will be. But yeah, I'm exhausted. I'm so
Tired all the
tired.
time. I'm like, oh my goodness. So yeah, that's why she hasn't finished Monster Calls or anything. Anyway, so guys, that's it for us for today. As always, we want to thank those members of the Privy Council: Anitha, Kate, Evie, that Quomodo Kunquizing Clusterfist Finn, Caroline, Sal, Mike, Neru, Simon, and Spencer. Thank you guys so much for your continued support, as well as all of our patrons. As always, information about Patreon and Discord is down in the description. And we'll see you next time, guys.